right back to the top. But Raid, Search and Destroy. Now, TCM Flux, I was with him here last time, and he said TCM are strongest at Search and Destroy. He said that is our favourite game type. We're known for being good at it. So, if you know what, I'm slightly leaning towards TCM for the Search and Destroy.
Yeah.
But it's going to come down to a few choice kills. I believe if Epsilon can get pumped again, they need to win the first couple of rounds to come back into this.
Yeah.
And if they can do that, then it is anyone's game once again.
For sure. I mean, like, going back a few months to G1, of course, I think TCM only dropped 2 Search and Destroy maps in the entire event, and that was one to Optic and one to Complexity, who are both at the time formidable S&D opponents. So, you know, they have definitely, by all means, got the capability to do that. I mean, of course, they've got 2 separate players now. Rich, unfortunately, couldn't make it down, so they've got Kyle, and Moose is here because, of course, Monksy's gone to concentrate on his education. But still, TCM are going to look strong into this, and I just can't wait to see the sniper action on Raid, I can't lie.
No, me either. And there are sort of, well, there is the crowd here at EGL. A few of them getting up. Where are you going? This is awesome.
Don't
Sit
leave.
back down.
Where are you going?
We are going to be waiting for this next one. I think someone's actually just come out of the game. It's Kyle. I think he's just waiting to set up, and he didn't want the game to start. But there we go. TCM, you can see on your screen once again. Now, talking of this team, they haven't had the greatest run of results, really. And then they announced MLG, and a lot of people doubted them. But they've shown they've just beat Epsilon on hardpoint. So they're kind of like, well, you know what, we are very good. We're still here. We're still ready for you. And I'm looking forward to see if they can continue this out, because I believe they did this yesterday a few times. Their coach was telling me, win the first hardpoint and then, you know, not win.
Well, we'll see what they can do. This is crunch time for them. This is the time where they need to keep the momentum up. It is no good winning that first hardpoint game if you then cannot carry it through. And the difficult thing, something that's great for us neutral people, us neutral casters and people who enjoy esports as a whole, is that there's such a dramatic difference between hardpoint and Search and Destroy. I don't really.
I always like that, right?
So
I know because it used originally it was going to go hardpoint, capture the flag, S&D.
And I don't like that,
because of the way, if it was kind of the way it was, it would have been, you know, continue on and then hardpoint for the finisher.
Yeah.
But because of capture flag being a weaker game type in everybody's eyes, the fact that it's not played as much, it's not always the most entertaining, so it's actually played once in a best of 5 instead of twice, means that you go from hardpoint, the most fast and furious game mode we've ever had on Call of Duty, into Search and Destroy, which rewards patience, setups, and teamwork, and just making sure you got everything in them strategies right, a really thinking game. Yeah. It's just like black and white. It's so different that it's fantastic to see these players on a massive adrenaline rush from screaming into the hardpoint to, okay, calm down, lads, we've got to think here, and here.
Exactly. And I mean, again, the maps, you see Raid 3 times. We see it on Search and Destroy, CTF, and hardpoint. So I always love seeing how teams play the different maps and utilize different areas of the maps with the different game modes. But here we go. Raid, Search and Destroy is the map and the game mode. Getting on board with the players right now. Game just loading up, and I can't wait to see
seem to be psyching themselves up there, and they are ready for this next one, trying to bring their heads back into the game. And we do see that from the best teams in the game, actually. The ability to get your head right and try and just move on from whatever happens as we go into this now. Search and Destroy is on Raid, and we're going to get on board with the attacking team first of all. It will be TCM, and we're going to get on the sticks with Moose.
Yep, Moose obviously playing very well in that first game we saw, so let's see what work he can do, and already going for an A push. I was talking to Dave earlier on, and we were discussing about how usually teams decide to favour that B bomb push, but this A bomb push hasn't worked so far for TCM as Kyle gets taken out early by Shane, so already the man advantage in favour of Epsilon.
Certainly is now. Moose on board with him still. It just looks like it's just keeping an eye, but there is someone coming around the basketball here. We're trying to be a little bit quiet. We don't want the players to know who are the other side of the board, separating us from production. So we won't be screaming as much, if I'm honest. We won't be screaming out positions. But there we go. Moose actually making that kill on Shane, evening it up 3-3. But he gets taken down and replied by Jerd. Jumping on board with Marky B, trying to look for that kill.
Oh, yes, he does manage to pick that up, so that makes it a 2v2 situation. It is Flux and Marky B going up against Jerd and Swanee. Sniper shots coming in, so it looks like Marky B realised where that player was with the sniper rifle. I would have thought that could have been Jerd with it, but we'll see what happens moving into this late stages of the first round here of Search and Destroy. What do you think about this push? It looks like they're going to be going right around the back.
Does seem to be the rotation, and you know what? Epsilon have called it as well. They have actually rotated round to B. So TCM, that's not going to go their favour, in fairness. They're going to run into, I believe, that's going to be Swanee, looking by the way he's moving, and it is. But he has been spotted already, and shots go down on him, but that bomb goes straight down. And I'm going to jump on board with Jerd, because I know exactly what Jerd's going to do, and he is going to challenge it as well, but he gets taken down, and that's going to be all she wrote, as Swanee runs for his life, knowing he's won the round. Doesn't need a challenge. Marky B on a 2-streak, but first blood to Epsilon.
And that's an important thing. You know, we were discussing about the tactics and the strategies that you have to implement when you switch from hardpoint to Search and Destroy, and this is such an important one. You know, Swanee there deciding, no, I'm not going to die, I'm not going to be silly and try and challenge that, which you may have done on hardpoint. and obviously then moving away and picking up that first round. So the attacking round not going as well as they would have liked for TCM. I did like the decision that they made to try and switch things up and push around the back towards B. You don't really see that too often, but Epsilon's still strong enough to be able to hold it up, and they picked up the first round, and they are your attacking team.
Okay, let's have a little look then. We'll jump on board with Epsilon for the attack. Who would you like to watch, Chewy?
I think we'd just stick on board with Shane for a while, really, see what work he can do. You know, he was a bit quiet in that first hard point, really didn't see too much from him, but we'll see what work he can do. And, you know, I just love the way that Shane plays. He's such a strong player. He struggles online with his internet connection, but when it comes to LAN, he's just an absolute tank. So we'll see what work he can do. Of course, is that bomb carrier. And what I love to see on Search and Destroy, Brycey, as you know, is I love seeing when the attacking team get that bomb down as early as possible to really switch the pressure onto the defensive team.
So he is now still on board with them, and they are getting good control B here, but there is some of Manka actually playing the flank, and he might miss this because the other two teams have played very patient. But there we go, TCM answering back now, 2 versus 2, and it has all changed. The way this game is going, it's not going to be 2 setups going against each other. It's going to be a pair of players on each side. And it does seem like Epsilon, look at how close those two are there. They're doing this as TCM Flux said the other day to try and trade effectively, but Swanee now's trying to answer back. And unfortunately, if he tries to take that one, he's going to lose. He has been spotted as well. 1 versus 2 for Swanee. Can he make this kill? No! Flux answers back, and that is a round back to them. It is now 1-1 in this game. TCM versus Epsilon. If you are just joining us, the series score is currently 1-0 to TCM.
Yep, TCM, BenQ Flux there, as he says in his gamer tag, with that target finder on the Type 25. So interesting choice of weapon and attachment, but it's obviously worked for him as he picks up 2 kills in that round,
Was
I
that
believe.
Flux? Sorry, you say
Yeah, it was Flux, yeah.
Flux has always been known for having a weird choice of guns he likes to use.
He loves the Chicom, and I love it when he uses the Chicom. I wish he'd bring it out more.
He uses it in free-for-alls exclusively. He just
Yeah.
loves it. I don't know why, but he doesn't use it that often in competitive. I have seen him break it out, though, but he's always had this kind of weird gun combination thing going on. But we are actually now on board with him. Let's see what he can do. Currently in the push with the rest of his team.
Just see what he can do with this Scorpion, because, you know, we're talking about that interesting gun choice and the way he switches things up, but he's using dexterity on it, so he's not using dead silence or anything. And you see a lot of teams nowadays, you know, they've kind of switched away from dead silence a lot of the time, but Shane gets the first pick on Moose, so now it's a 3v4 with the man advantage in favour of Epsilon. Switching on board with Marky
if
B,
he
though.
manages to play this correctly, oh, has got one, decides to back off. Now he has evened it up. There was a second player in the area, so wise play by Marky to kind of defuse and get the hell out of there. Now Kyle is still in this big area as Marky B picks up another one as we're still on board with him. But what this is actually doing, look what it's done to the Epsilon way of playing. It means that they are completely away from the bomb site. That is going to be an easy plant for Kyle now. And TCM have firmly got the advantage.
Yep, they do indeed. There we go. Bomb has gone down, as you can see. Kyle planting the bomb. Flux, Marky B and Kyle going up against Madcat and Shane. And look at how far spread apart Madcat and Shane are right now. They are couldn't be pretty much the other side of the map, opposite away from each other. Marky B's going to meet up with somebody there. Is he going to be able to challenge this player? I think that could be Madcat, who he does challenge. We'll see if he's going to be behind him. There we go. Oh, he's just trying to get some bullets into there. Flux is supporting him though. Let's see if he can pick up this kill. That is going to be Madcat over there.
Oh,
Does take
2
a few
players.
shots, but Madcat takes that one. Flux is down.
Interestingly enough, Shane is having a little bit of a fight with Kyle as well. He's trying to get it, and he does actually manage to get it. As Marky B, can he dodge this? He is. He's going. Oh, he's still alive somehow. Mac is a 1 versus 2, and he couldn't get the kill onto Marky B, which meant Kyle could quite easily come behind and just clean it up. Marky B stayed alive long enough that Madcat couldn't look away and defend himself from Kyle.
Yep, Marky B picking up 3 big kills there in that round to take the lead for the first time in this Search and Destroy. 2-1 is the score. No, I believe, no. Who took the first round? I can't remember who took it.
Epsilon.
But yeah, Epsilon did take the first round. So this is the first time that TCM have taken the lead in the Search and Destroy. Yes, just suddenly lost my track of thought for a second, but here we go. Epsilon are your attacking team. Let's see what work they can do. Jerd with this sniper right in the middle.
TCM have called this correctly by the look of it. They are all going towards the same bomb site as Epsilon. They're going to come into it, and there is fights kicking off. They're going to ball with Kyle. See who he's trying to trade shots with. I'm going to go with Jerd, actually. Jerd moving with the sniper rifle, and this could be the rotation. It is. It does seem like it will be the rotation, actually, from Epsilon. And you know what? TCM know it as well. TCM, like, they've stopped challenging us. They must be moving around as both teams very cautiously take the long way around to the next bomb site. But Epsilon have got there first. So if they can get a good secure on this, they should be able to lock it down. But putting it down with 4 players still up is still going to be a little bit of trouble. But here we go. Both teams trying to get that first pick.
Yep, and one interesting thing that I saw is that a lot of teams on Express say if they're starting to go down towards B and then they switch up and move over towards that A-bomb site, they usually leave somebody at B and make them get a lot of noise and, you know, really try and distract them so they still think they're pushing B. But Epsilon didn't do that, and they sent 4 over towards A. But here we go, Flux has gone down, and that's already a 3-on-3. So Marky B is on a 4-score streak right now, 24 seconds left. The bomb is going to try and go down. Joe taking a lot of shots. He's got to try and get out of there and make sure that he's not going to get taken out. Still a 3-on-3 though, and the bomb has gone down.
So there's now Jerd just hovering around here. Hasn't managed to die yet. Took a lot of shots earlier on. And it does look like they're trying to find him. He's just challenging and he's keeping a good thing in there. Can he hold that? Jerd answering back, but there we go. Moose takes him down as we jump on board with Madcat. Does pick up that kill up top as well. It is now 2 versus 2. But Epsilon are actually not in there as Marky B takes it down. It is now all down to Swanee. Swanee, can he clutch this? 1 versus 2. They're trying to take the bomb carrier down. There's a lot of shots going down. Swanee does manage to get it. And Swanee now in a fantastic position for this.
Yep, he is indeed. He's going to take out Marky B. Marky B on a 6-score streak. He's earned full streaks. He's got that Hellstorm missile and that lightning strike. And I don't think it's going to bother him too much that they have lost that round because it's more important for him to earn those score streaks in the grand scheme of things.
Good play by Swanee though. That shot, doing it under fire as well. He needed to make it. Otherwise that would have been a complete loss for Epsilon. But 2-2 is now the scores. We will see that kill in the kill cam.
Great awareness, look at that, there we go, managing to take out that bomb diffuser. Great work there from Swanee to be able to take that. The scores are even, 2-2 is the score. Both of these teams looking very strong on Search and Destroy so far, but you've got to remember, Marky B has a Hellstorm missile and a lightning strike.
9-1. I spoke about that hat before the game. It is definitely a lucky hat. 100%. Someone banned hats from Call of Duty. It's just ridiculous the way this guy's playing. And we're going to jump on board with him for this attacking round now. Let's see what he can do. Marky B still has them as well. Oh, no. Took down Flux. Unfortunately, it is now a 2 versus 2 situation. They would have had the advantage if that nade hadn't killed his own teammate as he takes down another one. 7 streak.
Oh, my gosh.
Marky B. So close to just taking that one out of all contest. And there we go. It is now 2 versus 1, so it means we've got to jump on board with Madcat. What can Madcat do now? He has to try and take down 2 of the TCM members, including the on-fire Marky B. In fact, everybody alive has an M at the front of their name.
Very, very, very interesting point that you pick up on there, but Marky B made a great decision to switch over towards that A-bomb site and get that plant down over there instead of challenging towards B where he knew that Madcat was. So Madcat has some work to do, and I think an important thing is to get an early pick here. He's going to be able to get that. He sees somebody in that top waterhouse section, not going to be able to pick up anybody there, so it looks like he's going to just try and go for the defuse. Somebody's going to spot him though. There we go, Marky B with the one burst into the head. Yep, and that's going to be it. Marky B still
Marky is
hasn't
on a phenomenal score. I'll go back to the scoreboard again. That's now an 8 or 9 streak. I lost track of exactly which one it is. Well, there you go. Like, you don't get much easy kills than that at this level of Call of Duty. Madcat had to make a decision, and unfortunately, that's all he could do.
Yep, indeed. TCM showing that they are still strong on Search and Destroy. They played phenomenally in that first hardpoint game, and they are very much so doing the same. Marky B, 11-1 with a lightning strike and a Hellstorm missile. Epsilon need to shut this guy down early.
So they do. On board with Judge going for a big, massive rush through the middle. And it does seem like it might have worked, but someone might spot. Oh, they have in fact spotted him. Now, he has just fused round to money. He's going to come up against someone here.
He is indeed. I see who's just around the corner. Somebody's around that bottom warehouse. He pushed shots into him, but no hit markers, unfortunately. So that gave away Jerd's location. He's going to go around the back, though. Good decision to switch things up a bit and try and get this player on the flank. So we'll see if Jerd can meet up with this person over in Waterhouse. See if he's going to spot him. Of course, he's not. Running dead silence. There we go. He sees the barrel of the gun. That is Flux. So he takes out Flux. He's going to pick up his gun, which was at Type 25 with the target finder. So let's see if Jerd can continue this momentum. 3v4 in favor of Epsilon.
Yeah, Epsilon do have the advantage at the moment as I jump on board with Shane. He's one of the furthest forward for the Epsilon team, and he's going to come against someone right now. They're going to know where he is, but now he's a little bit early. His team can't get him, and Madcat backs him up. Picking up. Marky B answers back with Madcat. And Shane tries to get a little pick around the corner. Not there, though, as now TCM have 2 against 3, but Marky B's on a 9 streak at the moment.
You don't even see that half the time in hardpoint gamers, let alone in Search and Destroy. So Marky B is just playing out of his skin right now.
Shane doesn't care. He's like, you know what, Marky, take shots all you want. I'm not coming out. You have to either come to me where I'm the best, where I'm better at close range, or you can just take pot shots all day because that bomb is ticking away. As Shane continues to dodge Marky B, refusing to be nailed down. Can he take it? He does eventually stop Marky B's streak. Moose is all on his own, but there's no time to defuse anyway, and he does pick up the 2-piece. But too little too late, as it now means it is 3-3 once again.
Yep, 3-3 once again, as you do say. So all even here on Search and Destroy Raid. Definitely looking like this could be going to an 11th round if things do stay up the way that they are going. Swanee picking up the round-ending kill cam there in the 6th round. We will, of course, then be heading to the 7th round. And we will see what work TCM, I believe, can do on the attacking round. Marky B still has that lightning strike and that hostile missile, which he can call in when he chooses.
Certainly does. He's going to have to use those correctly because the game this tight, something like that is really going to determine exactly how the game goes. We're going to jump on board with, I have to jump on board with Marky B for TCM at the moment. He's playing out of his skin, so let's see what he can do.
Yep, on board with Marky B. So I see a trophy system down there towards that laundry stair section, so he's just going to take that out quickly. He does give away his position, but of course it means that if any stun grenades come that way, that they're not going to be, well, they're not going to be deflected even. So there we go, trying to put shots into somebody in top laundry, but not able to connect with anybody because nobody's in there, just making sure that nobody's going to be there, trying to pre-fire. Still got that hostile missile and that lightning strike, as we have pointed out before, but a relatively slow push so far from TCM. They've got control of the raid circle area, but not too much else going on.
Now, I actually switched to Moose because he is the closest to an enemy player. I mean, both these players, look at them. They're right next to each other and don't actually know. And there we go. Shane actually managed to get that first pick. And now advantage to Epsilon, especially since the bomb's not going down. It does mean TCM have 38 seconds to try and do something. Epsilon have decided to be a really passive defense this time around. Jerd actually sees Marky B as well. More advantage to Epsilon as they can now flood this bomb site. Carl's going to come up against him, and he has evened it up a little bit. 2 versus 3. Advantage still to Epsilon, but there we go now. Full advantage to Epsilon. Flux is all alone and has to deflect pressure for 31 seconds using a crossbow.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting choice. I don't think Flux is ever going to be able to make that with a crossbow 1v3 clutch, but there we go, managing to get that final kill cam. And there we go, Flux has been taken down. So they're just getting the defuse now. So they're just picking up every single trophy system and then making sure that they can get the defuse. Plenty of time left. Swanee's going to do it.
Oh, he's not too far away from getting his RCXD. That should do it. But a little bit nervous. They did leave it quite well. Oh, didn't manage to do it. Just a tiny net switch score. That's about an assist. But there we go. Now advantage to Epsilon.
Yeah, it is indeed. You can see on your screen Mad Cat and Jerd having an intense conversation between them, making sure that they keep up this momentum. Obviously, Mad Cat very, very strong. So knowledgeable.
A lot of Mad Cat calling the shots, I believe.
Oh yeah, it must be. You know, Mad Cat is so strong. He knows exactly what he's talking about, and he knows exactly what his team should be doing to win this game. And they've got to play this perfectly if they want to come back into the series. Of course, they are 1-0 down in the series overall, as you can see at the bottom of your screen, but on board with Shane right off the start of this 8th round.
And jumping on board, the top frag is no one, as 3 of Epsilon are on the same score. Marky B doing fantastic work for TCM. But let's see who's furthest ahead. None of them really. This is now, they've changed the way they're playing. This is a very passive from Epsilon. It seems to be going their way in fairness.
Because he knows he's got streaks. It must be.
It must be. And let's see what Swanee can do. Swanee just trying to... Oh, there we go. Bring it in, and it's going to hit the sum total of absolutely no one. It's unfortunate there. Kill streak wasted.
RCXD coming in there from Swanee.
Swanee's jump on board with him as he drives this thing towards the enemy. Already taken down. Now, Epsilon have 43 seconds to try and make a move. At some point, they have to break out of here. As TCM quite happily just let them play passive. And they also have someone ready to defend the other bomb. That could be a rotate. They're coming through the middle right now.
Yeah, but let's see what they can do. This is a tricky situation for them because obviously they were called out when that Hellstorm missile came into play. It didn't kill anybody, but they were called out and they knew where they were. So there we go, moving over into that A-bomb side. So 3 on 3 though, as Moose does take out Jerd. Moose does get taken out straight away though by Shane. Shane's going to get this bomb plant down unless somebody can come and challenge them. But the lightning strike comes in. Is it going to be able to take him out? Yes, it does. Marky B gets 1 kill with that. So that is all of Marky B's streaks gone, but with 9 seconds left. Great plays there from Marky B to take out that bomb carrier, although it looks like it's going to be planted again by Swanee.
Marky B's going to challenge it anyway, and Marky B takes him down. Marky B using the lightning strike to great effect there. He called it pretty much perfect. And here are the final 2 kills from Marky B. Takes this one down, comes around the corner, and just picks him up there on the bomb. And there we go, 4-4.
Yep, it is indeed. That is all of Marky B's streaks gone now, though, so they are all pretty much on a level pegging. I don't think there's going to be any other big score streaks into play. Unfortunately, Flux has disconnected due to transmission
there has been a disconnect.
So they may be starting the game. I'm not sure.
I wonder if the 2 teams will actually end the game. And they will. They will restart this from 4-4, though. Unfortunately, a little bit of a disconnect.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the issue was. Hopefully we can get an update on that. But luckily it was still 4-4, so it was all even. And, Marky B didn't lose his streaks. That's another important thing there. Because if Flux had disconnected and he'd have lost his streaks, that really, really would have made him a man.
Marky B, 15-3 this time round. 15-3 on the Search and Destroy. You know what? I also think they're missing Rich, who's a fantastic Search and Destroy player. Yeah. He has been known for doing so much work for the TCM team. But Monkey B seems to have taken up that slack. 2,100 points. Flux finally reconnects, and it looks like we'll pretty much get going straight away again. Unfortunately, I don't think anybody had streaks that time round. I know Swanee used his, and he died. And they're actually going to swap sides, I think, so they have the correct sides going back into it. If you are just joining us, we have had a small disconnect. It is 4-4 currently on the Search and Destroy. TCM are actually leading in the series 1-0 as well, as we're going to start back up.
Yep, well, let's see what work we can do once we get this game started again. This is Raid Search and Destroy. 4-4 is the score. All the streaks had been called in, as you said, Brycey. So, it's going to be an even level pegging. And before the game ended, we pointed out that Marky B was going 15-3. So definitely the guy who has been impressing so far. And the fact that he
I wish I had a pen.
Numbers, yeah.
Pen. Normally we have pens.
I know.
No
Normally we have things
here.
that we can write all of our notes down on, but unfortunately not.
But never mind. We're going to go back into this. And it does seem like Epsilon were quite engaged in a deep team talk the last time we saw them. And I think they're a little bit worried. I would be a little bit. This is the hardest competition they've had for a while. They haven't played TCM in a few events actually as well. So the last time I think Mancat played TCM was probably the last EGL when he was in the Prophecy squad.
Really? Wow. Yes.
So see how this all pans out. But there we go. They are still in discussion. Their coach also getting involved. Perhaps trying to come up with a few strategies just to make sure they win the next 2 rounds of this Search and Destroy. But not looking all happy and smiles as we have been seeing them the rest of the day. No, not at all. But this is what happens on Championship Sundays. You can get upsets like that, and I admit, I do love upsets. Can't beat anyone till you beat them on the day.
No, exactly. But there we go. We are going to see what happens now. Of course, Dinge there in the background there, coach the Dinge factor, as we call him, because
he's actually been making a name for himself as a really good coach. Apparently, the guy is so dedicated to his team. He comes on every night. He discusses things. He sorts out any of the problems. So the man's actually making a name for himself, actually on the coaching circuit of competitive Call of Duty, as the host ends once again.
Hopefully there's not too much.
And that's because they switched sides and realised they didn't have to.
Ah, right, okay, so that was why they switched sides, realised that they were on the right side originally, but yeah, it's fine, they'll just switch over and then they will come straight back into it once again. But as you pointed out, Marky B, what does that mean? Because I remember before Gfinity 1, again, I didn't know too much about the community beforehand, but like Marky B, he was on Horizon, of course, and then he moved over
Marky
to TCM.
B was underrated for a long time in the Call of Duty scene.
Yes.
I mean, first time I really come aware of Marky B was, funny enough, him playing against the old TCM, where he managed to hold them off for about 2 minutes. I believe it was on Dome CTF. And, and he's kind of come up to there. The things you can say about Marky B is he's one of the most dedicated players you're ever going to meet, and he has grinded his way to the top of the Call of Duty scene. And now he's being recognised. When TCM picked him up, it was kind of a little bit of a wild card choice. Like, is this guy really good enough to compete with the best of the rest? And it turns out he's had a fantastic streak, and he's really come into his own. Yeah, for sure, no doubt about it. He is one of the big names in the European scene now, and he's definitely proving that. Had a great game earlier on Yemen Hardpoint against the Epsilon squad, and as we pointed out many times, 15-3 so far in this game. Are just getting everything set up again, making sure the classes are correct, making sure everything is sorted. They're just having a discussion, as you can see, between the two teams, making sure that both teams are happy and ready to start the game up on Raid Search and Destroy. There's only going to be a maximum of 4 rounds left, I believe, overall it can go to. We'll see what happens. There we go. Game starting up now. Let's see what happens. Right, back into this. It is 4-4 at the moment for both teams. And if you are just wondering, we did have a small disconnect. It is 4-4 we're going into. No streaks were in play. Fortunately, they were all used on that last round. So we're going to go into this, and currently 1-0 to TCM in the series score. So it's all so much to play for in these next two, but we're going to go on board with the attacking team. And I'm going to jump on board with Flux, I think. Yeah, we'll switch on board with Flux. Of course, this was the guy who unfortunately disconnected from the game. They're on board with him at the start, and they are going to be pushing towards this B bomb site. We see Epsilon with 1 in kitchen, 1 looking towards A, and 2 at the back there looking towards B. But Joe does go down. Moose managing to pick up an MSMC kill, and this is what I love from Search and Destroy plays when that bomb does go down early. Moose, though, in the kitchen area. He's going to try and back away from that gunfight. Great decision from him. Man advantage in favour of TCM. Now Kyle actually shots on him as I do switch to him there, knowing he's going to come into an engagement. And they're going to hold it down. 30 seconds left for Epsilon to make a move. They don't have the numbers to do this either as TCM seem to just be running away an awful lot. 3 members we've seen have just got backed out of gunfights and said to Epsilon, you can try and take us on, but you've got to do it faster than that.
Yep, indeed. 19 seconds left, though. Swanee manages to pick up a kill on Flux. Mad Cat does go down, though. It's now a 2-on-2 situation. Marky B and Moose going up against Shane and Swanee. Oh, big kill there from Marky B to be able to take out that guy who was going for the bomb defuse, which was Shane.
He can't do anything.
There we go. Yeah, no, he can't do anything at all. Not even being able to pick up the kill. Marky
B picking it up again.
How many kills has he got that round? Well, we'll have a look. We can't see it in the round ending kill count.
I think that was 2, which would actually make him 17-3 overall.
Wow.
That's a ridiculous score.
That is. It's unreal.
There we go. He does actually pick it up. I think he might have clipped Moose with one of them bullets as well, but doesn't matter. Swanee had no choice there. There was nothing to do with his teammate went down. So we're jumping on board with Epsilon now. We'll have a quick look at the scoreboard. It is 17-3 at the moment for Marky B.
Wow.
But jumping on board now with Epsilon, they need to win this one. The current series score is in fact 5-4 to TCM.
Yep, it is indeed. Epsilon need to play these next 2 rounds perfectly if they want to come back into it. Only a maximum of 2 more rounds to be played in a search and destroy here, and that's a good start there from Jerd, managing to take out Flux. So it's a 3v4 situation already, and I like the way that they're set up on this. So Jerd just with that M8 right now, starting to see what work he can do on it. Swanee picks out another one. That makes it a 2v4, so they're already playing this well, and they need to play it perfectly throughout.
Now, there we go. Jerd moving forward. Epsilon have full control of this now. There's not really anyone there to stop them. Moose actually looking, and he's going to get shot at. Can he manage to get away? Shane picks it up. It's now 1 versus 4. Can he do anything? No, he gets taken down, and he's now 5-5 in this search and destroy between these 2 teams. It's going to come down to such a tight margin, and I don't think Marky got to kill that, so it is now 17-4 for him. Just trying to keep track of him, really. He's the only one doing anything exceptional, so I don't want that high score to go to waste.
But the thing is that you've got to notice, even though that Marky B is going 17-4 overall, Epsilon are still keeping up with him, and we're 5-5 into the 11th round of Search and Destroy. So great work there from Epsilon. TCM are your attacking squad. This is going to be a big, big round, of course.
It's going to come down against the first pick here, surely.
Yes, I was just going to say that, yeah.
There we go, Trover system defense there. Swanee picks up the first one on Moose. Swanee picks up 2.
Swanee.
So bad for TCM, but Flux answers back in Carnage. Shane picks up Jerd as well. It's going to be all down to Mark as he gets taken down. Swanee taking 3 in that one. And that now means that it is all over.
You can just hear them
Epsilon,
so loud.
That's the pump I was talking about. As
yeah.
Epsilon now take this one. It is now 1-1. But there we go. Marky B went 17-5 in the end. Swanee picked up 3 that round as well. It just all went wrong for TCM. They weren't able to lock it down. But he's going to end now. And we're going to go on to the capture of the flag. I can see this, like I said, I think it's going to be 3-1, 3-2 to Epsilon. I don't know. TCM now to pick themselves up back for the respawn.
Yep, it is indeed, and we will be moving to standoff CTF, I believe, which is an interesting one. 6-1 there for Swanee again, just in those last 3 rounds. So
6-1 for Swanee. Them. That was a really good performance when the game restarted by Swanee to pick it up. Told you he's the man to watch. He is playing on fire here this weekend.
He is. So there we go. Standoff CTF is going to be the next map and the game mode that we're moving to. 1-1 is the score. So it's all even between these 2 teams. I think this could be going to a map 5 because it's just so close between these 2 teams. There we go. The main stage area. The crowd is a bit more packed than it is and has been throughout the weekend because obviously this is 2 big squads, probably 2 of the biggest squads at the event going up against each other for a fighting spot. And obviously that, place at top 3.
It certainly is. It's going to be standoff, capture the flag, and the problem that TCM are going to have now is that Epsilon, you can see the fire. As Mad Cat said before, give me that fire, bro. And they're going to be pumped up, certainly. And we're going to see whether or not they can actually bring that heat to this respawn game type. And that is certainly a different aspect of Epsilon we have seen from the last game. When they lost that hard point, there was no smiles, no talk between Epsilon. No. More of a serious strategy talk. Shane, big smile on his face. They know that was an important round. And we do seem like, at the moment, I don't know, it's going to be close. It depends whether or not can TCM come flying out the gates here. They need to make sure they shut Epsilon down early if they're going to have a chance, because if they don't, Epsilon is going to continue to get more and more pumped, and that could spell curtains. Yeah, it could indeed. Epsilon, you do not want to get on that streak. You do not want them to get fired up, otherwise it's really, really going to play havoc for you as TCM. And, you know, we were talking about this. We said TCM starts strong, and then they seem to have just kind of led off a bit and not really played too well after that. And don't get me wrong, they played very well in that Search and Destroy, but how badly is that Search and Destroy loss when they only needed 4 more single kills to get a 2-0 lead going to affect them mentally? Oh, certainly. Just that it all kicked off so quickly by that bomb site as well, that last round, and they're going to be kicking themselves for it. And you can see they're not overly happy. Flux actually has his feet on the desk. You giant slob.
Yeah, he is. I don't know what he's doing. He's just chilling out for a minute. Marky B with that lucky hat on, of course, that we talked about.
Oh, he's played so well.
On. Yeah,
so well
he has.
So
He's just playing phenomenally in this series.
the two main ARs for both teams, Swanee and Marky B, both having really good games. Titanic clash between these two. And we're going to see how it goes in. They are both just setting up. I think we should be pretty much ready.